Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Connie. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a paper piecing video. This is the turtle with Tulip. It is from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs. And if you weren't aware of it, through the end of April 2021, we do have a challenge going on. Create any kind of a spring project with a Little Scraps of Heaven Designs file, excuse my voice, and you are going to be then eligible to win your choice of 4 different files from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs. There are challenges over there pretty much every month, so I encourage you to go over and submit. You can, I think, enter up to 4 times, but it's fun to see what other people are doing. It's a great way to share your work, and I just hope that everybody will continue to participate in the challenges so we continue to be able to have them, because if nobody's participating, Trisha may just decide, well, it's not worth it. You never know. So do encourage you to go and check that out. But I am going to go ahead and get this going. I'll have to figure out the size at the end. I'm going to be putting this on, I believe it's an A2 size card. I don't have that designed yet. I have some ideas in my mind, but as usual, that's the last thing I think of. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I take that back. I just want to say one more thing, because I am so sorry again. If you didn't go back and see my previous video, I'll try to link it. But anyway, I had to redo the drawing for the baby boy gift set. So please check that new video out so you can possibly be entered in that also. Now I will go ahead and get started. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day and had a great Easter. Had a wonderful time with family. The weather cooperated. It was very, very nice. Now we're having thunderstorms, so what we did last night, and we're supposed to again tonight and the rest of the week, so it's good. We need the moisture. Okay, just looking at this, I think what I'm going to start with is these dark green pieces on the shells. I did put these through an embossing folder. It's a 3D embossing folder from Stampin' Up, but I apologize, I'm not sure exactly which one. I don't know if it was like a metal one. I've had it for a few years because I haven't been to a Stampin' Up party of any sort in a long time. So I'm trying to figure out, I forget how these go. I cut this out last night, and I'm just gonna lay them on there. They don't go right up to the edge of the shell, and I know this piece has got to go on yet. Probably will use my beacon glue so I can make sure I have a little bit of extra wiggle room on this. Excuse my fingers for being in the way. I'm going to put this one on probably last. Start with this one and then the other outside one. Get my glue going here. Should have had this started. I apologize. At least my fingers are halfway clean. I've been doing some paper piecing today, and I had a tag I created, so I've been working on a few things. Want to make sure I leave room for that shell so it doesn't go over, because it looks like it's just gonna go, yeah, right on the very edge. I try to use embossing folders whenever I can. Excuse me. I kind of forgot I had this one, and all of a sudden I was working on this, and I thought, it kind of reminds me of a shell of a turtle. They're kind of rough, and so I thought, well, Like, not like I've seen a lot of turtles recently, but we have a few around now and then. I want to say my great nieces and nephew have one or several at their dad's. I think they were painted turtles, though I can't remember, but they were all excited for a while about those turtles. I was amazed. Nice to see kids get excited about things. Okay, now I want to put that gray piece on. I'm not sure exactly that it was supposed to be gray. That's what the picture sort of looked like, so that's what I went with. If you do hear any noise in the background, I'm right across the hall from the elevator, and I'm also attempting to cook dinner today, and so you might hear a little bit of noise from that. Just putting a hairline of glue, as little as possible on there. I don't know if you can see that. There's just the slightest bit. And then this piece actually goes off the edge up here. It doesn't, you'll see in a moment, the best I can explain. Yeah, see, it'll just kind of rest right on that edge. And this all just fits together. Okay, now I'm going to put this his belly on, and no, I take that back. We need to put the paws, his feet and stuff on first. So let's get the head on, and then I can go from there. I have to look at the picture. It's, yeah, you would think that part would go on, but no. Okay. And this part here is going to line up basically right with his neck curve in there. So it's just right on the edge. Let's put the glue on here. Probably be easier. And I'm just going to put a little smidgen just so it kind of attaches well. It will lay down at a little bit of an angle like this, so don't think, oh, what did you do? I haven't cracked up that far yet. Getting close lately, but okay. I'm going to just kind of put my pieces in so I have some idea of where these are going to go. Now, there are two paws, or feet, excuse me. The smaller one, the shorter one, is the top one. I got a little bit of glue down there. And I'm doing this so I can make sure I get them somewhat in a good position. Okay, the longer one obviously is the back one. This little piece is actually the back paw. And I like that because you're not using, you know, a lot of unnecessary paper. It just all works together. You don't have a lot of unnecessary bulk. First I thought it was the tail, and I thought, no, it's not the right dimension for the tail. So I'm just gonna kind of put that. This front leg, I guess I'll say, yeah, that's good. So I'm going to put this piece on first, and then I will put the tail on behind it. Want to be careful because this neck right here is just, it's kind of fragile. So I'm just trying to be careful with what I'm doing. These do curve up a ways. So I didn't put it down real tight so I can make sure I have, yeah, I need to move it a little bit. I want to make sure I have room for that other leg up here. I haven't done turtles for a while, so I'm thinking, you know, when I say paws, I'm thinking bears or whatnot, 'cause that's what I'm used to doing. Take the little tail, put that on. I have a little scratch piece of paper over there that I've using to put my, or wipe off excess glue. Just kind of coming out from the legs somewhat, and a little bit of an angle. And I guess if it was going this way, his head's way down, but I mean, yeah, so that would be right for the tail. And then we're going to put, yep, this piece on. Before I do that though, I have to put my flower together, or my leaf at least, so I kind of know where it's going with the face and everything. Well, that's how I have to do it. You don't have to. I'm just kind of trying to follow the example a little bit. Yeah, and I never did find the piece. I haven't really looked real hard, but I don't know. It's around somewhere. And this stem goes a little bit over his mouth, so just gonna leave that. We're good on that. This is really cute. I think it's wonderful for a spring card. Send it to a friend of mine. She recently lost her husband and she's having quite a struggle, and well, with this pandemic and everything too, she's yeah, it's been difficult for, well, a lot of people, but yeah, she's really struggling. So now we can go ahead and put this tummy piece in. Put a little bit of glue here. I might have to wipe a little bit of glue off. You know, I gotta look at this better. I think I want to put this on backwards, so, which would make more sense that it's going, yep, I do. I kept wanting to put it on backwards. The curved piece goes to the turtle itself. That makes more sense. I kept looking at it, and I looked at it last night, and I thought, this just doesn't look right. And this is a little bit, got a little bit of a concave, so it's, I don't have any glue there. It's right the first time. That looks better. Oh, now it's gonna stick for me. So, now, excuse me, put the flower in. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on the back. I've got glue coming out here. Whoops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera. Okay, and then put a little bit in here. I'm not sure exactly where I need it, so let's see once. I want the tail to show there. This might be not exact with the photo, but I'm good with that. I'm going to put this aside for a moment. I'm going to show you how the flower goes together, and then we'll finish it up. This piece will go in back. This will too, but that little piece is the very back piece. So we're going to put just a little bit of glue on the curve here. Again, the glue is all getting to the end, and it likes to kind of come out the top. So I'm going to put this piece on. I find the piece that's got the most point, and it's just going to go right in back there. And I'm just putting some glue on the edges there. Normally the piece that is the farthest to the back, unless you have a shadow or something, but normally I find that those pieces go on last. So, okay, and I'm going to put the flower on. Oh, this glue is just, see if I can, there, it's like it has a vapor lock or something, and then it just keeps bubbling up till you stop it. And then it won't come out. It's all good. I may come back and add some, how would I want to call it? Spectrum Noir. So it sparked, that tulip is sparkly, just to, because I like sparkles, and I use stickles, but sometimes I don't want a lot on there. I just want a sheer glimmer, so that's why I'm probably going to use Spectrum Noir, the clear that I can just brush on. Working on the eye, and that oval is there if you don't see it. The smaller part obviously is at the top, and then get my glue going. All of a sudden, I shouldn't have complained that it was had that vapor lock. So now it's, I want to start. So the eye, the smaller piece also, is going to go toward the top. Okay, and then there's a little piece for the black. It also, it's got a tiny bit of a flat edge on it, and it's going to go just at a little bit of a angle, so that flat edge goes just at a little bit of a turn. It's not perfectly straight on the eye. If you don't get it that way, it's not the end of the world, because no one's going to notice but you. Okay, and then I have to put his little, I don't know what this thing is called, looks like a question mark. I don't know how I'm going to get glue on it. I know I could put some glue on my paper, but don't really want to do that. Okay, so this actually goes at an angle here. Just trying to kind of get it. It's going where I put it. How about that? Wherever it lands. And then his eye, back here a little bit. This is going to be, probably really sound strange to you, but the green I used for his body, for his head and his feet, it's actually a kind of like a mint color. I'm going to show you the back ones without any chalk. Oh yeah, I marked my pieces right in back. But it's kind of this minty color. So what I did, I used Stampin' Up! Color first. I used what's called Pool Party. And then the outside, the darker color, is actually Lost Lagoon. I had to look real quick. It at first I thought the lagoon's gonna have too much blue, but it actually has quite a bit of green, and I was happy with the way it turned out. So if you're wondering what I used, that is it. And I'm just going to come in here and finish my detailing. Sorry I don't talk very much when I do this. I'm thinking. So if you wonder why I don't ever talk much, that's why. I'm not done with his eye yet, but if you did get this far, I do want to thank you for watching. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I should have an opportunity, at least for a while, to be doing a few more videos. We'll see. I've got 3 or 4 more here to go. I'm just kind of slow getting everything done. Never had to fill out so much paperwork and have so many phone calls in my life lately. I just was amazed at everything, but it's all coming together. I'm going to put just a drop of glue on that flower on the leaf because it will not stay otherwise. Could have a bit of an issue there. I had somebody ask, I think it was this eraser that you wondered what I was using. I apologize, I probably really screwed up the comments. This is a Tombow Mono Zero Elastomer eraser. It's what I use on my eyes. It is awesome. I love it. Excuse my reach. I was using just a regular pencil eraser, and this is so fine and it works wonderful. So I do have the, I think I first mentioned this one. It's the Tombow Sander eraser for removing ink. It works pretty well. If you can get the ink when it's wet, it works much better, obviously, but I get it to go. As you can see, that needs some help. Oh, I can lose things on my table. I'm never sure, but I do. Rather quickly. And I like this, when I do chalk, I want a white eraser. They're just a little bit softer. That's just a personal preference. Again, excuse me, I thought I had everything I am looking for. Does not exist. My other black pen, which I think is behind me. But yeah, I lost my train of thought all of a sudden. I'm worried about these eyelashes and getting them done. Okay, one last thing, and I promise I'm done fidgeting with it. And that's to put a little bit of trying to figure out the cheap spot where it would be exactly, but I'm just gonna go with this. Oh, I forgot to whiten the eye. That's what's wrong. Something didn't look right. Duh. Okay, got cheek chalk in the eye. Okay, so there is my finished piece. I'm trying to make sure it's in frame. I was trying to be careful, but things moved a little bit. Anyway, thank you for joining me. If you want to see the final card, I would ask that you just pop over to Little Scraps of Heaven Designs or on the Facebook page, or you can stop over at Prairie Paper Crafts, my fan page on Facebook. Otherwise, thanks for joining me. Have an awesome day.